Hello, we're going to be going through a series of videos on quadratics. So as you can see here, here's a list of all the videos that are going to be completed um, with expanding being the first video. So when we're dealing with quadratics and expanding, we deal with quadratics in usually in this form: a plus b, c plus d. The way we expand this is we need to ensure that we're multiplying every single term in one brackets with every single term in the other brackets. So what I mean by that is that I should be multiplying a by c and a by d. And I should also be multiplying b by c and also b by d. And what that results in is, if you calculate all of that, that becomes ac plus ad plus bc plus bd when you multiply and expand all those terms. A good way to remember which order it goes in is by using the acronym FOIL, and this just means first, outside terms, inside terms, and the last terms of each bracket. So let's apply that to this question here. So it's going to be expanding x plus 3 and x plus 2. So let's deal with the first terms. So x times x. What we get with x times x is x squared, x times 2 because the outside terms, so we get 2x. Next one, we do the inside terms, so 3 times x, that equals 3x, and the last terms are 3 times 2, which is 6. Now keep in mind you still need to simplify if you have like terms, and in this case we do have like terms, which is 2x and 3x, so this becomes x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now let's look at the next example. The next example is x minus 9 and 2 minus x. A very common mistake students usually do is forget to incorporate this minus right here. So let's just take it step by step first. Let's do FOIL. So FOIL f first. So x times 2 is 2x. Now let's do the outside terms. X times minus x is minus x squared. Next we do I, which is the inside terms, minus 9 times 2, which is minus 18, and we'll do the last terms, which is minus 9 times minus x, which is positive 9x. And yes, we need to make sure that we're simplifying all the like terms here, so this becomes minus x squared plus 11x minus 18. And generally, sometimes you'd like to write x squared with a positive coefficient, so we could also write this as x squared minus 11x plus 18. Let's look at the next one. So the next example that we have is minus 4 brackets y plus 2 brackets x minus 1. Generally, when we're expanding these sorts of things, it's always best to just stick with whatever's inside the brackets first, then expand and incorporate whatever's on the outside. So if we deal with whatever's on the inside first, we get y times x. So y times x, I'll write that as xy. Now if you do the outside terms, y times minus 1, we get minus y. Next we get 2 times x, which is plus 2x, and the last term is 2 times minus 1, which is minus 2. Now don't forget, this whole has to go in brackets because we haven't incorporated that 4 yet. And from here we can start expanding that 4 using simple expansion like this. And what we end up getting is minus 4xy plus 4y minus 8x plus 8. And that is the fully expanded form of that equation. So just to recap, make sure you just remember how to use FOIL, which is first terms, outside terms, inside terms, and then the last terms of the brackets.